Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, my name is Sunshine, and I am the CEO and founder of Market Her Brand, a global women's organization that helps women to be able to start and grow their business by providing speaking platforms, virtually in person, for them to be able to share about their business, their product, and their service while being able to reach other people to help them to be able to grow in business and in life. I am super excited about our speaker on today. People's Mystery. She's going to speak about how we can be able to enjoy fun foods while not having to spend all day at the gym. If you're like me, when I take a bite of that sneaker bar or that ice cream, the first thing I think about is, oh my God, how many calories am I going to have to work off? I don't know if you're like me, but she's getting ready to help solve our problems so we can definitely enjoy those foods that we love. Without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic over to her. Please get your note taking device because this is definitely a broadcast. You definitely don't want to miss any important or vital information that you can use today or even in the future. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to Coach Pipples.
Thank you for the introduction, Sunshine. I'm the creator of Weight Loss for Moms Who Love to Eat.com. I trust you can all hear me and
Yes.
see me. Okay. Oh, brilliant. It's great to see all of you today. Please drop a one in the chat if you can see or hear me, if you're in the audience. And yeah, it's great to be here. These are my details. This is the best way to reach me. So, is anyone curious to know what this fun food is and how you can eat this fun food without spending hours in the gym? Please take lots of notes and screenshots of this information. Okay, so the shopping experience. A couple of weeks after having my first baby, I had the opportunity to go shopping. The thought of being away from my tiny baby, all the cuddles, the kisses was hard. But I liked the idea of having a bit of me time, not being prodded, pressed, or my hair pulled, to buy something nice just for me. I felt excited. I could go shopping. I imagined my favorite store. I could buy a new dress, a non maternity dress, something that would make me look and feel feminine again. At the store, I walked to a rack of beautiful dresses, the colours, the designs. I'm going to look great. It had only been a few weeks since baby, so I thought, I'll try a dress 2 sizes bigger. After all, I was still breastfeeding. I unzipped it and I stepped into the dress. I imagined myself in it, where I could go wearing it. I pulled it up and it stopped at my thighs. What? I couldn't get it up any further. It was stuck. I could see the hand of the exuberant shop assistant through the curtains of my dressing room. A dress hung off it. She lowered the dress and I took it. I unzipped it. I stepped into the dress and it fit. Yay! It fit like a glove. I was so comfortable and I was feeling happy and confident all over again. Gosh, it had been a while since I'd treated myself. I looked at myself in every angle of the mirror that surrounded me. It was beautiful and I loved it. Then I looked down. The price was fair, but the size, it was 5 sizes bigger than my pre baby size. I took the dress off as quickly as I could and I sneaked it back on the rack, avoiding the shop assistant. I was so embarrassed. I got home, I ran upstairs and I tried on my go to favourite summer dress. You see, this dress had always been a bit too big, it just had to fit. I put it over my head, then my shoulders, but it got stuck. Oh no, not again. I just couldn't believe it, so I peeled it off and I threw it to the floor. And I looked in the mirror. But this time I really looked. I had gained more than just my baby belly bump. How did I ever let it get so bad? It was a hot Saturday evening in June. I felt sticky, lethargic, and just yuck. We had just gotten Aryan to sleep, and then my husband gave me that look. As he walked to our bedroom, all my doubts of how I looked came back to me. My mind started to race. What night dresses could I possibly wear that would cover the most? I did not want to be seen with no clothes on. I'd started going for long walks in the morning with a friend of mine and our babies. She had a daughter who was a few weeks older than my son. This particular week, my in-laws were staying over. As usual, I got up early, got dressed, and we were at the door. My baby was bundled up in his pushchair and his favourite blanket, and I'd just gotten my trainers on. Then my mother-in-law looked at me. I could feel her eyes on my back as she scanned me from head to toe. Then she stopped at my baby belly bump. She told me how she'd done it, how she'd lost the weight. Why was she telling me this? I'd never asked for her advice. It was relevant for her day, her upbringing in India. This was the year the iPhone was born. Times had changed. Those were her rules and her way. I could not stand this type of judgment. I stormed out of the door with my baby and I met my friend. She understood me. She was in a similar position. I needed help. I knew I couldn't lose the weight alone or sustain the weight loss for that matter. So we started talking tactics. We discussed who we're going to subscribe to. We researched various experts and studied several books. We were on a mission. We were going to look fit and fabulous. Most of my research discussed moving more and eating less. It felt completely unsustainable. So I had to find my own way. I wanted to eat more and move less. I wasn't about to live in the gym, and I certainly wasn't about to give up chocolate. I wanted to eat the fun food. I couldn't imagine eating brown rice and drinking water whilst everyone else ate delicious food at parties and family gatherings. All the flavours, the spices, the vegetables, the samosas. I wasn't about to miss out. So I used what I learned and created my own way of losing baby belly bump. The weight had started to fall off. What the experts didn't tell me, I learned through trial and error. My friends had given me lots of advice, but some didn't maintain their size and others had just gotten bigger. I had to find out why. Having an accountancy background, I loved pulling data apart to find out the real story behind the numbers, then explain it in simple terms to my audience. I wanted to make complex carbohydrates simple. I needed to find out what was supporting the weight loss and what wasn't. So I researched the information, analysed it, and then pulled it together to tailor it for my friends and myself. I made complex carbohydrates simple to get the weight loss results we really wanted, but then to keep the weight off. What I discovered was that denying ourselves what we love or crave the most just wasn't sustainable. Plus, the impact of female hormones after a particular age did not support certain diets. Whilst I was pregnant, I craved starchy carbohydrates and chocolate. I did not want to give that up. I loved eating pasta, chapatis, and chocolate cake. Would you like to know how I still enjoy a full meal and maintain my dress size? Well, it's a journey of 3 steps: mindset, classical carbohydrates, and movement. Since I only have a short time, I'll focus on classical carbohydrates and the impact on female hormones. Please do stay until the end to obtain details on how to download this information, plus a very special gift. Okay, so carbohydrates are a topic that people keep asking me about. And if you're a woman over 35, honestly, it's such a game changer. Women's hormones are sensitive to energy availability, so consuming too few calories or carbohydrates can impact hormonal balance, causing weight gain and low mood. Also, restrictive diets can increase our cortisol levels, and cortisol is a stress hormone. Not only does cortisol direct fat to the stomach, but high levels can cause a breakdown of muscles. And this is terrible news because muscles burn calories. The right carbohydrates are great because not only do they keep us fuller for longer, but they help us feel energized. We are commonly told when we want to lose weight or be healthy to eat whole wheat carbohydrates, such as whole wheat pasta, whole wheat bread, etc. But the issue here is the gluten. You see, whilst whole wheat is healthier than white bread and white pasta, it's a gluten that can hinder digestion and disturb the gut lining. As we get to 35, what I noticed on my friends and myself is that we get the stubborn stomach area, and that is the result of our digestion becoming more sluggish. So, what is the answer? The key is to cut out the gluten from our classical carbohydrates. So, choosing carbs or carbohydrates that are filling enough to keep our hormones as balanced as possible, whilst being easy to digest to keep the gut happy. So then the weight starts falling off naturally. A good example is to swap white rice for brown whole grain rice or quinoa. Another example is to eat whole grain rice cakes instead of bread, or protein pasta instead of whole wheat pasta. And there are more examples on the PDF, and I'll show you how you can download that later after this talk. So my baby was now 6 months old, and I had lost an extra dress size pre-baby belly bump. I was toned and healthier than I'd ever been. That summer dress is now a bit too big again, and I love shopping for clothes, not just shoes. I no longer feel horrified when my husband has that look, and I enjoy our weekends away together and our date nights. I'll never measure up in my mother-in-law's eyes, but I can live with that. So these are my details, and this is how you can contact me. So here is the QR code, and that is to download the information about the carbohydrates, plus a very special recipe for my cheeky chocolate snack. Do get in touch, join me, and I'd love to know if you try any of the recipes or the carbohydrate ideas and what you think of it. I just can't wait to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach Peoples, for being able to let us know that we can get back to our dress size also, especially as we roll into Christmas, where we're going to have a lot of different meals on the table. So as you can, thank you all for coming on to our broadcast, all those that participated. We want you to know that this is her contact information. So before that holiday starts, get in contact with her so she can help tailor that favorite food that you like into something that you can still eat, enjoy, and still not feel like, oh, I have to run to the gym. Without further ado, do you have any lasting words that you want to leave with us before we conclude the broadcast?
Food is to be enjoyed. You can have delicious food and be healthy, and food should be something that makes your body feel its best, look its best. It's not something that we should be avoiding or hating or not enjoying.
Most definitely. I love it. I'm just going to leave it right there so that way we can leave with that. Again, thank y'all for coming on to our broadcast. We look forward to definitely seeing y'all on more of our broadcasts. As we roll into January, we're going to start the Empower Women Conference. You definitely don't want to miss it. It's 2026, and you're going to love it. So please visit our website at marketherbrand.com. Thank you, Coach Peoples, for coming on early this
Thank
morning. We are super excited to have you on the platform and look forward to you sharing more about how we can enjoy our fun foods without feeling that we have to run straight to the gym. Again, until next time, everybody have a great morning and continue to enjoy your day.